What's going on, YouTube? What's happening? I'm here today to talk to you guys about my 2015 Mustang Ecoboost. I bought this car about 8 months ago as a commuter car. I want to get back and forth to work, you know, go out and get groceries and stuff like that. And any gearhead will probably tell you sooner or later, if you buy a car that you like, you're probably going to put modifications in it. I have two other cars, a 1994 Mustang Cobra and a 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback. But like I said, I bought this just to get as a daily. So long story short, I put some modifications on it. I took it to the track this Saturday here in Ohio, Norwalk, Ohio, Summit Motorsports Park, and I ran in the NMRA True Street event. Great event, great facility, great people. But today, I'm here to talk to you guys about the capability of this 2.3 liter turbo. A lot of Mustang guys out there tell you it's not a Mustang unless it has the V8 in it, you know, the 5.0, 302. But I was actually really surprised on what this car could actually do, being a four-cylinder turbo and getting the gas mileage that it does. So I'm here to talk about my modifications. What happened is I went to the track here in Ohio. It's been hot, dude. It's been miserable how hot it is. About 88, 90 degrees, and it doesn't sound too hot, but the humidity is terrible. You go outside, you're instantly nasty, sticky. So I thought for sure when I went to this event that, you know, it's going to run slower because of, you know, how hot it is. So I haven't really seen the full potential of this car yet. Like I said, it was my first time taking it to the track. I have drag raced before. I used to bracket race my 94 a little bit. But so here are the numbers that you guys probably want to hear. It ran a 1356 at 103 miles per hour in the quarter. My 60 foot was a 1.9. And my reaction time, my reaction time was absolutely awful. You guys can dog me in the comments. But when I ran True Street, I thought, you know, because I'm a bracket racer, I'm used to full tree. So which is pretty much, you know, a sequence of yellow, 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 green. And True Street was a pro tree, so it's three yellows instantly, and then a green. So I wasn't expecting that. No excuses. I was sleeping at the freaking light, you know. So, but you guys don't believe me? Here, I'll show you the time slip. Yeah, the guy I raced, man, he made me look like I was driving a minivan or something, man. He ran 10 seconds at 139. It was a Mustang GT with a Whipple supercharger. He had some mile an hour. But anyways, you know, it's not the I see a lot of guys on YouTube, man, their EcoBoosts are running 11s, some 10s. It's like, man, how can you do that? And it's very possible with these cars. You definitely have to put money into it. But it's not like an expensive. It can be if you really want to get into it. So what I have done to my car is before I get into that, I just want to let everyone know I wanted to make this car a fun street car that can get down and beat some 5.0s. I'm a big 5.0 guy myself. I love the Coyotes. I think they're sweet. Nothing against it. But yeah, I wanted to be able to be as fast as a Coyote. So long story short, I owned the car for 8 months. I started modding it after a month. So I know a lot of guys, they buy them and they start buying stuff right away. I was hesitant, but I broke down eventually. So first thing I bought was the MBRP race exhaust. I don't like the sound of the stock exhaust. It's just too quiet. When you're at a stoplight, man, you don't even know if your car's on. So I put that on, and I really, really, really enjoyed it. I think it's one of the best sounding aftermarket exhausts there are. I don't think you can go wrong with buying an aftermarket exhaust, but if you want my honest opinion, I would go with the MBRP. Just personal preference. Second thing I did was the Ford Performance Tune. Where do I start? So I highly recommend it if you are wanting to just keep basic stuff on your car and just, don't, push the limits of the block. I would do that. There's a lot of guys out there that do push the limits, and that's awesome. I did that in my 94 Cobra. I threw some nitrous at it, but that's awesome. This is just my daily. But if you do that, these cars are pretty impressive on what they can do. So if you're just wanting to put basic stuff on it, you can go with the Ford Performance Tune. They say that you can't put mods on a Ford Performance Tune. Well, I'll tell you about that here in a second. So the Ford Performance Tune was great. It pulls, it's a totally different car than what it was. It pulls straight to red line. It's honestly, it's a quick car now. There's no turbo lag in this car. And it pulls all the way to 6.5. So long story short, stock tune, it would fall on its face. The stock tune, it would fall on its face after about 4,000, 5,000-ish. But yeah, it pulls hard now. It's a good tune if you guys are into, modding it. So, but if you're into going even further than that, and I've thought about this myself, getting a Cobb and going Pro Tune. I see a lot of guys do that want to put a bigger turbo on the car, that want to push the car and see what the best they can get out of it is. And them guys that get Pro Tunes by, individuals, I heard they're really good at what they do. I've never done it, me personally. I haven't, because I'm not really wanting to, I want to stay with the stock turbo. But yeah, them guys, man, they get their big turbo, their NX2s, and there's other ones out there, but they get those on there to get them Pro Tuned, man, and them things are flying. Them things are freaking cooking down the quarter, man. But yeah, me personally, I like the Ford Performance Tune. I know there's Unleashed out there, Bama has one, all types of stuff. So I got the Ford Performance Tune, MBRP race exhaust, what else? So, oh yeah, for you guys, the Ford Performance Tune, whenever you buy it, I got the bucket. It's the GT350 bucket, and it installs into the Ecoboost. Pretty easy, simple installation. It's not too hard. If you guys want videos on how to install it and how to, put the dongle in and hook it up to your laptop, go through it. It's OBD port, and hook it up and go through it, get the tune set up. It's simple. I can show you guys that. But the MBRP installed myself. Tune on everything I've installed myself besides putting the tires on the rear. So we'll go on to putting the tires on the rear. That is the last modification I did. I did it on Thursday and my race was Saturday. So I literally had no time. I haven't had any testing. I'm pretty happy about running a 13.5, my first pass ever in the car. So I went with, on the rear tires back there, I went with a 305 35 R20s, Mickey Thompson Comp Streets. They hooked. I mean, I had a 1960 foot, which isn't the best, but I feel like, and get this, the PSI in the tires, I forgot my gauge, man. I forgot my gauge, and I live about 2 hours away from the track. I thought about just letting the air pressure out, you know what I mean? And then going to a gas station nearby and filling them back up. But man, it was a scramble to get there, and I forgot that. So I ran with 37 PSI in the rear tires, and I had a 1960 foot. Not too bad. There's a lot better out there. Yeah, so I really enjoyed those tires. I just bought them, so I was impressed with how well they hooked. I don't know about the tread life. I know Mickey Thompson's, they kind of run, some of them will run down, but I don't really care if they run down. If they hook, that's all I care about. So I got that. I got the CFAB downpipe catted, and that is probably one of the best modifications, that and the MBRP exhaust, I've ever done to this car. it definitely was the best performance mod I've done. It opened up a lot for the exhaust to flow. That restricted factory downpipe is very, very restricted, extremely restricted. It should have came with that from the factory, if you want my honest opinion. And then a lot of people will be like, well, if you got the Ford Performance tune, how do you have a downpipe? Guys, I've had that downpipe and that tune on this car for a while, and every now and then I'll get on it on the street. I just took it to the track. I haven't had any issues. It's been well. The only issue I've had with it is for people that it bothers, it throws a check engine light because your O2 sensor in the back will read pretty much that your catalytic converter is failing because there's so much exhaust flow coming through. You can get a spacer off of Amazon or, you know, eBay, anywhere you want, and you can hook that spacer up and it'll eliminate that code. Yeah, but other than that, the downpipe is nice. Another great modification done to this car, it was the third one I've ever done, was the cooler, intercooler. And the intercooler, the stock intercooler is junk. I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. Stock intercooler, guys, is junk. You need to upgrade. I don't care what you upgrade to, you need to upgrade. A lot of people are saying factory mount intercoolers are, you know, they're not worth it. Go ahead and buy the race. My experience on that, like I said, my car's not a full-out drag car. It's a street car that wants to get down. I went with the CFAB street intercooler and charge pipes. So that's a factory mount. It was pretty much undo the front bumper, take the fascia off, take the underneath off, take the old shutters off. I put the shutters back on just because that's old school. I like it. I think it's cool. But anyways, the CFAB street intercooler, guys, hasn't done me wrong. Like I said, when I got to the track, that day after driving 2 hours. Went there, registered. Car was probably off and underneath a tree for maybe 20 minutes, after running for 2 hours. I started back up after I got registered, went all the way to tech, found tech, and then they called, you know, True Street to the lanes, which is what my class was. So, and it was 86, 87 degrees that day, so it was hot. And my charge temps, they were fine. I think they were about like 94 whenever I got to the 1,000-foot mark. I was trying to keep track. But yeah, it's been nice. So launching, let's talk about launching. Like I said, CFAB intercooler, great, but let's move on to launching. So launching the car. I usually launch this car at about 2,100, 2,200 RPM, and I kind of just, you know, let off again. I don't walk the gas down. I pretty much hammer it out the gate. And I let the car, the first pass, which was that pass, I was trying to slow it down because I thought it was going to run a 13, you know, 80. I thought it was, maybe a 14, because I was trying to run 14 flat for that class to get as close as I could. So I shifted it at 5,500 RPM manually through the paddle shifters in sport mode, and the car was in sport mode, and I just paddle shifted at 5.5. So it ended up running, like I said, 1356, and I was like, oh dang, man, I got to slow this thing down. So it got down to it, and I was like, you know what, I don't really care about, you know, getting close to 14 flat. I want to see if I can get this car to run good. So next pass, I went down the track. It was like 90s at this point. It ran a 13, where's my time slip? Anyways, I think it ran like a 1340, something like 1340. It was really close to what it was. It was improved a little bit, and I put the car in race mode and put the shifter in S and just let it eat, you know, let it do itself, and that's pretty much what I did. But like I said, man, these 2.3 liter Ecoboosts, they can get down. There were two other Ecoboost Mustangs there, and one ran a 1402 and the other one ran a 1420. So I was pretty excited about that. But they're an easy car to go fast for cheap. The stuff that I bought for this car to run 13s is kind of, it's incredible how fast it actually can go. 103 in the quarter for a 4-cylinder is pretty impressive, and then you take it home and get 28 miles to the gallon. So that's been a big plus. I also installed, and I highly recommend you guys to install this. It's a catch can. The one I bought from American Muscle, I'll show you guys. Give me 1 second. I'll show you. But one of the hoses, where it goes in the catch can, it's plastic and it broke off. But I kind of rigged it up. But here, I'll show you guys. Give me 1 second. Try not to make you guys sick. Try to go nice and slow with y'all. All right, so this right here is my catch can. Kind of get closer to it. So that's the catch can. Like I said, on this side right here, that is the plastic plug that snapped off on this side. So I kind of just fixed it, put a fitting in there, and hooked it up, and it's been fun. So here's the GT350 intake. I put the Ford Blue high performance air filter on it. CV fab, charge pipes. They've been pretty nice and good. Oh, and I also put if you guys can see it down in there, right about there. That is the Turbo Smart blow-off valve. Highly recommend it. Dual Turbo Smart blow-off valve. And I actually have the case, guys. The case is right here. So, yeah. Great purchase. Sounds good. It's not an annoying psh, but it's nice. The 305s, for any of you guys that are wondering, they're kind of big and old school look. I mean, look at the tire coming out of that right there. I mean, the tire sticks out big time on these big boys. You can even go to a 315, but I've seen guys that put 315s on their car, and some of them have trouble with it rubbing in the wheel wells. I don't know, never experienced it. I got some louvers on the back. This is the MP Concept louvers, I'm pretty sure. And long story short, I highly recommend going to Amazon and buying new, pretty much their glue-on mounts with the 3M tape. They seem to pop up, as you can see that one. But it's a great look. I can replace those. You can go on Amazon and buy them for cheap. Yeah, so that's the louvers. The louvers are nice. I like the look of them. Some people do. And then I got the carbon fiber inserts on the back. They're pretty nice. But yeah, I mean, this is just a walk around of my car. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby. But the inside is pretty much stock. I can show you guys. Full interior, by the way. I ran this, I ran the quarter mile in 13.5 with full interior. Nothing was changed. I honestly, this is one of my favorite Mustangs when it comes to interior. Oh, I put these on there because I really like the badging. 2.3 liter high performance badging from Ford. I think that's one of the coolest emblems I've ever seen. I really like that on the side. The SR Performance strut brace is a great mod for cheap money. It sets the engine bay off. This video honestly doesn't do it justice. I think I got it for like, I think it was like $100, I'm pretty sure. And it's an easy install, it looks good under the hood, and I highly recommend it. So that's that. And then if you guys want to know what I use, black cars are hard to keep clean, so let's come over here and I'll show you guys what I use for what I clean the car with. This is a gloss spray sealant from Chemical Guys. If you want a little bit heavy duty, like, now I wouldn't say heavy duty, but heavier duty compared to the bottle I'm about to show you, this is not a bad bottle. It has a good smell, honestly. I know that's weird, but it's true. And it leaves a nice glass look on the car. Now, this bottle right here, this bottle is probably one of the best bottles of quick detailer I have ever had. I mean, it is so smooth, it's like glass. This is from Chemical Guys also. I have another bottle from Chemical Guys. Sorry about the clutter. Another bottle from Chemical Guys. This is for leather. So if you have a leather interior, this will make your leather shine like no other. It honestly, it's good stuff, guys. And then tire weigh, I use this Black Magic. I know Meguiar's has some, and it's also good. You can't really go wrong with tire weigh. It looks good. It's a nice foam, cleans the tires off, gets them all sparkly and nice. And then for glass, I also have the Meguiar's glass. It's pretty nice. So that's pretty much it for the car. Besides one more thing I'll show you guys. So I have tint all the way around on this car. So my windshield is 20%, my sides are 20%, quarter 20%, back glass 20%. I mean, back glass is 5%. So there's quite a bit of tint on my windows. I think it looks really good. I never had a car with a tinted windshield before, so yeah, I've never had that. But I decided, you know, yeah, I might as well go ahead and tint the windshield. It don't bother me, and I liked it. I had a guy do that. That is the only thing on this car that I haven't done myself, and you know, you kind of grow appreciation for that, because once you realize that you did this yourself, it's awesome, man. It's a good feeling. It really is. But that's the car, 13.5 at 103, and that was on a 88 to 90 degree day. So I'm excited to see what it does. I'll have videos in the future. I will have a GT350 steering wheel install video coming shortly, and you know, regular maintenance for some of the beginners out there that want to expand and know how to change their oil. So I'll have that coming, probably shoot that tomorrow. So, oh, that's another thing. After you take your car to the drag strip and it's a daily driver, it's always a good idea to change your oil afterwards. You know, look in your oil pan or your oil drain pan after you drain it. Make sure there's no, you know, metal shards in there, you know, little sparkling pieces of metal, because that could be bad. You know, you could have tore something up. Future modification for this car, I think I'm going to go with a aluminum drive shaft, and maybe I love the wheels. This is my problem with these Ecoboosts premium package. I love the wheels. I like how they look. I love the style. I love the color on the black. But when I took the wheels off to get them done at the shop, man, them things are heavy. You know, I was thinking I need to lose some rotating mass, so I was thinking aluminum drive shaft. So it's either going to be new wheels, even though I love the style of these, but they're just so heavy, or aluminum drive shaft. So we'll see. I know QA1 has a good aluminum drive shaft. I'll probably run. Maybe I might get the carbon fiber. Anyways, Ecoboost Mustang 2.3 liter turbo. Great car so far. I really enjoyed it. They come with 310 horsepower stock. Don't know what I'm pushing now. But yeah, if you guys wanted to have, you know, more videos to come on this, let me know. I appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in.